Can I just invite Megan to come forwards? Megan has asked if she could say 5 minutes about the veterans. So it's very close to her heart. So,
thank you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Megan Harrison. I'm the Practice Liaison Manager across Tameside and Glossop. I think I know most people. I do want to talk about armed forces, but one of the things I wanted to say about resilience is that obviously it extends to your team and your practice managers, practice nurses, all the admin staff. We do have forums that are available and we can provide support for them, and you know, it's not just operational, we can provide pastoral care and support and that sort of thing, so just a reminder that that's there for you. So we're looking at a project with regard to the armed forces. As you're probably aware, in GP practices we've been asking for you to code anybody who has previously been in the armed forces, and we're trying to avoid the word veteran because it's not necessarily people that ultimately makes you think of older people, doesn't it? But there could be people who've left the armed forces early, in which case they wouldn't be old. The across Tameside and Glossop, there's an expectation that there'd be about 7,500 military veterans living in the area. I'm using the word now, and our practices have around 500 coded. So I'm going to be spending the next 12 months looking for 7,000 soldiers, basically, or Navy personnel. And so just to encourage you really that any new patients that are registering, if you can have it on your form, anybody, you could do an M-Job campaign and send out to people on your list to ask them whether or not they have a history of military service. And the practice managers, I'll be letting them know about what the covenant entails and what sort of thing that they need to do. And we're also looking for somebody to sort of the face of the campaign. So if you don't want me appearing on Twitter and Facebook, if anybody is a reservist or has a history of military service and works in a practice, it'd be great. And I'd also like, if you have any patients that would be interested in giving us a patient story, you know, that would be prepared to share. And we're looking towards Armed Forces Day, so that we're encouraging practices. And for the colleagues in Oldham, I'm going to be working with the equivalent of me at Oldham, because we thought we might try and, you know, join forces. So it's just to get the campaign going, really. So yeah, any questions?
Who is the equivalent of you in Oldham?
She's called Claire, I think, at Oldham. I need to meet her yet. Yes, I believe so. Yeah. So because we could put joint events on and things like that. And there are various events that have been arranged across. Well, I know of the ones in Tameside and Glossop, presumably there are in Oldham as well. And we're going to tip up and stand there and chat to people and encourage them to let the GPs know that they have served in the armed forces. And you only have to have served, I think it's 1 day, to be classed as somebody who would be eligible. So, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Megan.